And there we are. There we are.
There we are. We are there.
We are there. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to SNSN. We are here live at Griswold High School. Mike the Merch and Sid the Scoreboard Kid. And let us not forget, it's the Lori Cam today, bringing you the live feed from outside. Yes, we're ready to go. We're excited. We're pumped, especially Sid the Scoreboard Kid, because she got some feelings for Plainfield. She does. Why do you have those?
Well, I'm a Plainfield student, and these are all my best friends.
Oh, never mind. Sid the Scoreboard Kid goes to Plainfield. Merch, how are you?
I'm pretty good, Michael. How are you today? Beautiful day.
Oh my God! You know, this is what the second best day we've had.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and they just mowed the field, I think, today, and it absolutely looks the best I think I've seen it in several years. It looks really nice today.
Yeah.
Grass is all nice and manicured, and the sun is shining, and there's not a lot of wind and breeze in the air. Should be a great day for a baseball game.
Let's hope so. Griswold had a rough day on the weekend, or on Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday. That was pretty rough. Yeah. They've lost their last three straight, and they've gone to a record of 4-5 now. And Plainfield comes in on a roll. They've won their last 7 straight, and they're coming in at 8-1. The only team they've been beat by is, unfortunately, that Killingly team, who really, really drubbed the Wolverines on Tuesday, 19-0.
Oh boy. Well, here we are. It's a beautiful day, and hopefully things will turn around. Griswold has their ace on the hill, and Evan Gilgenbach. He's had a great year so far. Let's see if he can continue it.
Yeah, Evans had some great games pitching. I think he's 2-0. I don't believe he has an earned run charged against him yet. So he could be a real formidable opponent for the Plainfield Panthers this afternoon. We'll see.
Well, you know, even in he started in Killingly. He pitched the first, and he kind of mowed him down. Went through like a warm knife through butter. Just to give you an idea how good this kid really is.
And how good he's going to end up before his career here in Griswold is over.
Yeah. So we're about ready for some baseball.
Big rivalry here, no matter what. Plainfield and Griswold always been the rivalry, regardless of what sport. You know, football, especially when they play Thanksgiving Day game against each other. But through all sports, we've seen some real barn burners between the Plainfield Panthers and the Griswold Wolverines. It's always been like that, and it'll be like that again today.
All right, so Gilgenbach is on the mound, throwing to Evan Merchant behind the plate. How are the kids' ankles there, Merch?
I think he's getting better. He does get taped before every game. He's got a kind of a nagging basketball injury from actually early in the baseball season. He was playing basketball and baseball at the same time, and came down and rolled his foot. But I think he's doing better. He seems to be walking okay, and came out of the game on Tuesday a little early, but I think he'll be fine.
All right, here we go. We're about ready to go, and the leadoff hitter for Plainfield, Hayden LeClaire, number 5, plays right field, batting from the left-hand side, and he steps into the plate, looks out. Gilgenbach looking in for the sign for the very first pitch. He rolls in. Kev, let's play baseball. Strike 1.
You see that coming. I see Merchant move to the outside corner, get crouched way down, and Evan Gilgenbach just hits the spot. He is the most deliberate pitcher that I think we've seen any time this year, and he can hit the corners. He hits the spots. He doesn't throw a lot of bad pitches. He's just been very, very impressive so far this spring. Count goes to 1-1 on LeClaire.
He doesn't waste too many pitches.
Mm-mm.
Evan Gilgenbach doesn't. There's a pop-up off to the left side.
Could be playable.
Almost just out of the reach of the Griswold third baseman,
Colin Mitchell.
Yep.
And speaking of Colin, we have Colin Langto on deck for Plainfield, who is the shortstop. And wears a jersey of the same number, 6, being the shortstop. And behind him, third batter will be Tyler Ezel, the Panther catcher. Foul tip. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The field looks as good as it ever has.
Yeah,
right now.
doesn't it? It doesn't look great today.
It really does.
I must have just mowed it this morning after the rain yesterday, and it's nice and green. It's nicely cut.
There's a shot right back up the middle, and that's gonna make it into center field for a base hit off of Gilgenbach. So Leclerc makes it to first right away.
Well, these kids can score runs. In their 8-1 record, they've scored 98 runs and have given up 40. And before Tuesday, Griswold was actually outscoring its opponents too, 43-40. But as of today, after Tuesday's game against Killingly, Griswold is being outscored 59-43 in total runs so far this year.
Here's is it Langtot? Is that how you say that? Langto, Colin Langto, the shortstop, batting in the number 2 hole. First pitch, a little elevated, ball 1.
Gilgenbach will take his time out there. He'll make sure that his delivery is where he wants it to be and the locations where he wants it to be. He's just a good overall pitcher.
There's the pitch, and there's a pop foul out of play off to the left-hand side, bouncing around in the veranda section. It's the veranda section. What's this one over here?
Mezzanine.
The mezzanine. That's right.
The mezzanine. That's where the pizza, beer, and pretzels are sold.
Yeah, and the slushies, the Griswold Gulp. Mm-hmm. Over in the we'll get to that in a second. Hold on a minute. Here's the deal, and the runner goes, and the throw, and he's in there safe, stolen base for Leclerc.
Ball wasn't in the dirt. Might have had a better chance at that.
Yeah. Over in the veranda section, you get Panther Bites, little sliders, right? Panther Bites.
Panther Bites.
Yeah. Hey, I got 1 million of them, folks. I got 1 million of them. Yeah. Well, yeah. I know we're at a loss of merch jokes lately, so I've got to fill it in. The ball is low and outside, and count is 2-1 to Langto.
It may actually be 3-1. Yeah, there you go.
When's the last time we saw Gilgenbach with 3-1 on anybody?
Well, not in the first inning.
But, always Plainfield's a big game every single year, no matter where they are in the standings. It's a big game. And there's a bounce at a third to Mitchell. They hold the runner, but then he takes off. They get him, and they go to third, and the ball gets away from Gilgenbach, who's covering third. But Leclerc makes it safely. So Langto is out 5-3. Brings up Tyler Ezel, the catcher. Thanks for joining us here on SNSN this afternoon. Mike, the merch, and Sid, the scoreboard kid, and the Lori cam, the merch cam outside, bringing you the video feed. One down. We are in the top of the first if you're just joining us. There's a strike.
So that breaking ball come from the inside corner right over the outside corner of the plate. Nice pitch.
Really took his time against Killingly in that first inning, didn't he?
Yeah.
How many times did they call?
Killingly
time?
wasn't too fond of Evan Gilgenbach's timing on the mound. They must have stepped out like 12 times in the first inning.
Right in the outside corner, 0-2. Now there's the Evan Gilgenbach we've seen already this season, hitting those spots.
You can't hit those spots.
He's got pinpoint accuracy. He looks in, the runner on third, just kind of stagnant there, not really moving too much. And the batter steps out. And there we go, Merch. The time that he takes.
Yeah.
I think it's very frustrating to a hitter.
It can be. It can be because he's in complete control on the mound.
Yeah.
And you just, you're ready, and you're still ready, and he's not throwing the ball. And You want to say, oh, I gotta regroup, I gotta recover, gotta get myself ready again. And that's the batter's psyche, though. They want the pitch when they're ready, and if they're over ready, they'll just call timeout and back out.
It's psychology.
There's a lot of thinking that goes on in baseball. A lot of thinking that people don't realize.
The only thing that you don't happen in baseball, there's no crying in baseball. There's a bouncer, and they are going to let the run score. And Mitchell's going to go to first, and Ezel's going to get an RBI. And that is the very first earned run off of Evan Gilgenbach this season.
Yeah, Mitchell really didn't have a play on that because
LeClaire was off with the bat on the ball.
He was off as soon as the ball hit the bat. So I think it would have been a bad move to try to have Mitchell throw home on that. So you get the sure out. You give up a run, but you get the sure out. So
Plainfield has done something that nobody else has been able to do, and that's a strike early in the first inning with a run against Evan Gilgenbach.
Yeah,
swing and a miss. He's taking some time out there.
Have Aiden McMaster at the plate. Did you already say that, Michael? I'm sorry.
I did not. Swing and a miss. Strike two, off speed.
Boy, he took something off that one.
He sure did. Pulled a string. One ball, two strikes to McMaster. Gilgenbach, nobody on, just trying to get out of the first. Ball's high and outside. 2-2.
I have to think that there's a whole different level of confidence on the Griswold team today with Gilgenbach on the mound. We've talked about this before. After Evan, you go to a different level of pitcher because Evan is at the he's at the high level, and then you go to a different level. And as a small school, Griswold just doesn't have. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just like that.
It's a nice third call strike. McMaster was completely fooled on that.
So it was funny because McMaster was still in the batter's box, and the whole team was already halfway up. It was like, yeah, that was. You can't blame McMaster for that. I mean, that was just a dirty pitch.
Yeah, he just pulled a string and completely froze Aiden at the plate.
All right, so the Plainfield Panthers get one run on one hit. They don't leave anybody. One strikeout. That's McMaster to end the inning. So we got to go to the bottom of the first for the Wolverines for their first at-bat of the afternoon. We are here inside of the Griswold Pride broadcast booth. Griswold Pride is an organization that tries to educate people in the community about drug use and the prevention of drug use. You can go to griswoldpride.org, and this palatial estate that we're in, Mr. Merchant, all provided by Griswold Pride in the Griswold Pride broadcast booth. So I'm waiting for the Dom Perignon to be served. Usually that's before the top of the second. And chicken wings.
You may be waiting for a while.
A long time.
Mr. Minarski.
Plainfield out on the field. It's our first look at them this year. And on the mound is, let's see, is it Kian Marinick?
Kian Marinick, a left-hander. I don't think have we faced a left-hander? Has Griswold faced a left-hander?
I don't think Griswold has not faced a southpaw yet.
Not even a reliever, right?
No.
I don't think.
Nope, everybody's been from the right-hand side. So here we go for the bottom of the first. Number 26 leading it off, the center fielder, Corey Smith.
With Griswold not scoring many runs the last few games, I mean, in the last 3 games, they've scored a total of 2 runs. 8-2 loss to Woodstock, and then a 5-0 loss to Woodstock, and then 19-0 loss to lost to Killingly on Tuesday. They're just not scoring a lot of runs, and the team batting is falling off pretty dramatically over the last few games. The team batting average is only 230 right now. Corey Smith comes up to bat, batting 167.
The ball is high and inside. Smith backing out just a little bit, 2-0. They still have Ryan Ganley, who is out, and that's a big cog because Ganley usually plays center field. You know, he's the outfield director or the outfield general, so to speak, and Corey Smith usually playing right.
Yeah.
So Smith moving over to center in the absence of Ganley.
Corey's a really sure-handed outfielder, and as is Ryan Ganley. Both of them are the two top, I would say, outfielders for the Wolverines. But they miss Ryan in center field.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
AJ Hamill's back today, though. He was
Yes.
out sick on Tuesday, but he's back.
Swing and a miss. The ball gets away from the catcher, but they throw out Corey Smith at first for the first out of the first. First out of the first. Brings up Gilgenbach.
Evan really one of the couple of kids who really has a respectable batting average at 320. He has 8 hits and 25 times at bat.
Here's the first pitch. That is outside and low. Ball 1.
Includes a couple of doubles on the season.
A little windy. Not as windy as it was Saturday.
Nope, not too bad.
There's a strike blazed right in there on fastball. 1-1. Pronounce that name again, Sid. Marinick. There we go. It's not that hard to pronounce. It looks
Nice
like
breaking
2.
ball.
Yeah.
Nice breaking ball from Marinick.
And that is going to fall. It's fouled off of Gilgenbach.
He was really came in on his fists on that one.
Yeah.
Evan decided to take a shot at it the last second before it would, curled in for a strike.
Maybe try to pull the ball, but he actually swung at the bat was right in front of him. Outside and low. 2-2. Trying to get Evan to chase one.
Evan likes those line drives kind of over the shortstop's head. Slices them. Nice hard hit line drives. We'll see.
So we're going to miss strike 2. And that again gets away,
good.
but
3.
tosses over to first. 2 down. Here's Tanucci. Shortstop. AJ Hamill. But you're right, Merch. The bats have really gone quiet.
They have gone quiet. Chris Tanucci, actually, he was the only base runner that Griswold had on Tuesday against Killingly. He had a double in the first inning, and then he walked later in the game, or hit by pitch, either one.
Oh, he walked.
He walked, yeah. Chris is batting 250s, 5 for 20 on the season.
You went around, strike 2.
We have another situation today, again, with the opponent coming in. I mean, Plainfield will have a much more veteran team than
Griswold. Strike 3.
Yeah, that was pretty quick, wasn't it?
It sure was. And Marinick, the pitcher, strikes out the side.
Yeah, we and again, not as an excuse, but the Griswold team does have 4 freshmen starting, and it's not been like that for their opponents, who have a number of seniors and juniors that are taking the field.
Just got a comment from Florida. Dave saying, watching from Florida, good to see this rivalry.
Plainfield coming in with 5 seniors, and Griswold taking the field with no seniors.
Gilgenbach on the hill for inning number 2, 1-0 Plainfield.
It's the same old thing. It doesn't even matter what Evan does on the mound if we can't score runs. So they have to get runners on. They have to create a little havoc out there in the field, and make things happen. And Griswold's just been really, really short in that department here over the last few games.
Yeah, they're having a hard time scoring runs. They didn't score. They only scored a few runs against 2 against Woodstock, right?
Yeah, 2 runs in the last 3 games.
Yeah, so
and outscored 19 and 8, so it's 27.
Now
32 run. They're outscored 32-2 in the last 3 games.
And those 2 runs, it took them 19 innings to go ahead and get.
Yeah.
So you're right, Murch. You can pitch well, and you can pitch very well. But if you're not going to cross any batters across the plate, then
you still need to
you're not
score
getting
runs,
anything.
even with your ace on the mound. You have to get some base runners on. And they're not even doing that, Michael. They're not even. It's not like they're getting base runners on and just having trouble scoring. They're not getting runners on.
Yeah.
They said against Killingly, again, one of the premier teams in our Eastern Connecticut. But against Killingly, we only had 2 base runners the entire game. Although the game was only 5 innings, we only had 2 base runners, and both base runners was the same runner, was Chris Tanucci.
Here's Ben Smith, the first baseman for the Panthers.
Ben's another upperclassman. He's a junior for Plainfield.
Ben Smith, Liam Smith, and Bryce Carchidi. Smith and Liam Smith and Carchidi, both basketball players as well. Carchidi plays football. Yeah.
Nice frame by Evan Merchant there. That ball is a little on the outside of the outside, and he pulled it back in and did it just enough finesse to have that called a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, curveball, got him. Looking.
That was a beauty.
This is nasty.
Yeah, completely fooled again, as was McMaster, the last batter that Gilgenbach faced.
All right, here is Liam Smith, third baseman.
With the pitchers that we have out there today, Mike, this could be a quicker game than we're used to seeing.
Well, it depends on how much time Gilgenbach takes in between pitches,
Yeah, that's true.
We could be here till Saturday
That's
morning
true.
if
I like to call it him being deliberate. That's what
deliberate.
I like that. He's totally in command out there. That's for sure. He's in command of his pitches, and he's deliberate on the mound.
Psychological.
Tell you what, he can throw some strikes too. He doesn't
mess around.
No.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Liam Smith is the son of Panther football coach Pat Smith.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
I believe does he quarterback the football team? Yeah, he's the 5th quarterback, and he's a senior. So,
and if you're watching Coach Smith, good afternoon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Merch.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, I was way outside. 2-2. Just, watching Gilgenbach, just kind of pace around the mound. He's pretty even, Steven. Even that wild pitch that he just threw didn't seem to phase him.
No, it doesn't bother him at all. He's very mature out there. He just knows what he's doing.
3-2.
Smith is the Panther third baseman this afternoon.
Ooh, that was close.
That was one of the better pitches I thought I've seen.
Try to get him with a curveball. You're right. That was a very good pitch.
I think the Griswold coaching staff is asking Merchant where that ball was, and from here it looked like it was right where it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Here's Bryce Carchidi, another multi-sport athlete with Plainfield. See, now that pitch was pretty much in the same spot as the other.
So. Yeah. I actually thought the last one was a better pitch than that one.
Yeah.
It looked like it was to me, more over the plate. But we're not going to question the umpire anymore.
No, no.
That was a good one.
Until the next pitch. 1 strike to Carchidi. Smith leaning the other way, but gets back in time.
Evan has no problem keeping the runners close to the bag to first base either. He'll throw over there.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Throw it over there, and Smith is leaning the other way again. Well, I hope Noah Webster doesn't go fishing for the fence again today.
Boy, that was dangerous.
He got up and went, I'm okay. I'm good. Here goes Smith in the pitch out, swing and a miss. There's the throw, and they're going to. He's safe. Stolen base for Liam Smith. Carchidi swung right through that one. Here's the pitch. Curveball.
Oh, what was that? High?
I'm assuming.
Because that was right down the middle of the plate.
2-2.
Wow, that looked good.
Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. I think Evan may be getting a little frustrated with the umpire.
Is
he saying 2-2 or 3-2? I think it's 3-2.
Well, the last thing you want to do as a pitcher is start questioning the umpire's balls and strikes, because that can come back to haunt you.
It's going to be swing and a miss, strike 3. Carchidi goes down swinging. So that's the second strikeout of the inning for Gilgenbach, 3rd of the game. And this brings up Humerich.
Kian Marinick.
The pitcher.
The pitcher, who had a very good first inning.
Bats left, throws left. There's a pop foul off the third base side.
Fouls left, too.
Yeah. Coach throws the ball in. I don't know. He's a weak stick out there. You know, he doesn't seem to be wanting to catch him. It's like, get out of the way. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Marinick. Waves at that one. I think he got totally fooled on that pitch.
He did wave at it.
0-2. So the strikeouts are starting to add up for both. Marinick struck out the side in the first, and Gilgenbach has 3 already. Ball's way outside, 1-2. Figures you'll chase the other one. See if you chase this one.
Good thing Evan's as tall as he is, and I mean the Evan behind the plate.
Was he 6'12"?
6'12". Not quite that tall, but
I got a story about that. I'll tell you in a minute. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gilgenbach looking high, steps off. I have a friend who used to play basketball for the Yukon Huskies. Big, tall dude. Everybody used to ask him, how tall are you? He would say 5'20".
5'20". Who's that, Manute Bowl or someone?
No.
He didn't play for you. He played for Bridgeport, I believe.
That was framed well.
But still a little
Still
outside.
outside.
I'll give the ump that one.
So 5'20" is 6'8".
6'8"?
Yeah.
Who was that friend?
I'll tell you off mic.
Oh, jeez.
He was on one of the grade 8 teams that actually lost to UCLA. Curveball hung up a little bit, but just enough for Marinick to bounce it foul to the right-hand side. He was the sixth. He was the first man off the bench, the number 6 player.
Oh, yeah?
Come off, yeah. Eric Hayward.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
That was not off mic.
Yeah, I know, but I figured what the heck. The ball is high, 3-2. So
Well,
Gilgenbach is...
He's throwing a lot more pitches than we normally
yeah,
see him because he normally is always right around the plate. He's trying to get maybe a little bit too picky here, a little bit too fancy, and that's okay. But you don't want him to start throwing so many pitches that's starting to wear him down. But he's trying to hit the corners maybe a little bit more than he normally does.
Swinging a minute,
right down the middle,
and he looked
got
at
him looking. So basically struck out the sides too, not right in a row, but he had 3 more strikeouts.
4 strikeouts for Gilgenbach through 2, and he's going to have to watch his pitch count because he did throw an inning on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, and he's thrown quite a few already. So we're going to go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Plainfield. The field is not getting much work since the pitchers are just mowing them down. And the only blemish has been that base hit in the first inning, the leadoff batter, Hayden LeClaire.
Yeah, and
stole a base and came around.
Right, so. Evans kind of been right on spot since then.
And Plainfield basically manufactured that run. It was almost like softball. It was like playing a little bit of small ball there.
And again, LeClaire took off from third base as soon as the ball was hit by, I think it was Ezel who hit that. He took off immediately. And a lot of times in baseball, if you're on third base, if the ball's hit to the left side of the infield, third or short, you don't necessarily go. You kind of wait and see what the fielder does, and you may or may not, try to get in after he throws to first base. But LeClaire just took right off as soon as that ball was hit. It would have been a real tough play for Mitchell, and I don't think he would have gotten him at the plate. So I think Mitchell made a good play too to just sacrifice the run and get the out.
So we can expect for the Wolverines, A.J. Hamill, Nolan Webster, and Colin Mitchell, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. For Griswold, the first 3 in the first inning all struck out. So let's see what Marinick does with the 4, 5, 6 hitters.
AJ's actually been to the plate 6 times this year, and he's 1 for 6, batting 167.
Wheaties. What are they doing with Wheaties?
I'm not sure, but they're treating it very special.
That's awesome.
If Wheaties make you hit, they should all be eating their own box of them.
Strike. 1-1.
I haven't heard him start quacking yet, so we have to wait for that. Maybe a couple more innings.
Swing, and I think he missed it, then it bounced away from the catcher.
Yeah, I think he was almost in the dirt. He missed it, bounced up, hit the catcher's shin guard, and went up another 20 feet before it came down. Or 5'20". Maybe it was
5'20". Ball back.
Remains at 1-2.
Sid, what are you doing?
It was funny. You heard AJ's walk-up song by Big and Rich on a couple Tuesdays ago when we were in St. Bernard. AJ went and got his rally cap on in the 7th inning, which was a cowboy hat. So everyone else was in their baseball hat, and AJ had his cowboy hat on.
Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Count holds 2-2.
It is a very big cowboy hat. Well, AJ's a pretty big boy, so you need a big hat for a big boy. You're spoiling them up there.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's 4 Ks in a row for Marinick.
Hamlo is actually DHing as the 4th batter for Cade Rubino, who's the left fielder for Griswold today. Dolan comes in batting 211 for the Wolverines, playing first base.
One ball, no strikes. Ball is
Michael, that pitch, I have to say, looked about 6 inches off the plate, and it was called strike 2. Or strike, I don't know which
strike
one.
1.
We both looked at each other wide-eyed because that pitch seemed quite a bit outside.
2-1 to Webster.
And we don't normally do this. We do not normally critique the umpire,
No.
but there's been a couple pitches that
just haven't made much sense.
A little bit off.
Sometimes we have something to say, but it's been pretty consistent that we've had lots to say today. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him.
5 strikeouts in a row here. That's doesn't bode well for the Wolverines when they are already coming in with some real hitting issues.
Well, you had said that the Wolverines are really having a tough time at the plate, putting the bat on the ball, or
yeah, that's how I started talking about them
Yeah.
today, because their batting averages have plummeted over the last 3 or 4 games, and they're not even putting a bat on the ball here. They don't even hit many foul balls. And again, I think this is the first lefty they've faced too, so they're not used to that.
swing and a miss, strike 2.
But I tell you what,
Marinick is just
Keen Marinick is just mowing them down.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the 0-2. Got him. Looking. Strike 3.
and that one was right down the middle.
It was. 6 up, 6 down, 6 strikeouts for Marinick.
Somebody's got to start something going for Griswold here pretty soon before they get themselves in a big hole.
So, speaking of getting stuff going, what's going on at the Jewett City Savings Bank?
We
I
are
talked to you
moving. We are moving. I'm telling you, Michael, we've got branches planned that are out of this world.
the new Mars branch.
I told you. I talked to you off. What do you call it?
Off mic.
Off mic. Yes, off mic. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just
Honest to God.
sometimes I'm so excited. The Jewett City Savings Bank has gone ahead and formed an alliance with Elon Musk and going to jump on SpaceX. And because they've got that underground base up there, how the heck are you going to do an ATM up there? That's what I want to know. I mean, I would think that it would take 2 days to take money out because you do the transaction, come
Possibly.
back, and you know what I mean?
Well, everything's electronic today, so we'll get this huge pod that will fill with cash, and it'll take a few years to run out.
So, is there still a coin shortage?
If there is, I know nothing about it. There was a lot of, I think, hype about the coin shortage.
Yeah.
We have plenty of coin. We give out coin. We take in coin. We count coin.
If you need coin,
yeah.
check out the
coin.
Jewett City Savings
That's
Bank,
right.
Your friendly neighborhood bank, voted #1 bank in most galaxies. No, really. How many years? 3 in a row? 4 in a row?
Yeah, 3 in a row for Eastern Connecticut. And from the readers of the Commercial Record, which is a trade magazine, it's our 7th year in a row as the best community bank in the state of Connecticut. Not just Eastern Connecticut, state of Connecticut.
Stop by one of the branches and find out more about Jewett City Savings Bank from Putnam to Pawcatuck, everywhere in between.
1P to another.
Here is Shea Hildebrand.
Did you see that pitch, Michael? That pitch
Yeah.
was the same pitch that I think Nolan Webster had his first strike called on.
If you remember, Shea Hildebrand was the third baseman for the Boston Red Sox. So I wonder if parents were big fans of Shea Hildebrand.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, God.
About let me see
30?
now.
25?
About 17. Yeah,
Got him.
nice pitch.
2-1. Looks like Shea is one of the smaller kids on the team. I would think most of the dudes are shorter than you. You're pretty tall there, Sid. How tall are you? 5'20"? 5'8"? 5'9"? 420. So 5'8". 3 balls, 1 strike. And he walks him. That is the second walk issued by Gilgenbach.
It's never that good to put your first batter on.
No. Back to the top of the order with LeClaire.
Who had a base hit up the middle his first time.
Yeah, the only hit of the ball game.
Yeah, right. Almost took Gilgenbach's feet up from under him.
The ball was bunted and it rolled right over top of the ump's head.
You can tell that Jason Chavaris is thinking this is going to be a close game because under most circumstances you wouldn't necessarily have somebody sacrificing now, but I think he's thinking it's going to be a pretty close game, so he's trying to have LeClaire sacrifice Hildebrand down in second.
That's going to hit him. Gilgenbach's having a tough day.
Unlike him.
Yeah, they got him, and Jameson's going to go out and talk to him because I think he knows it too. So he walked a guy and hit a guy. So he's having a little tough time with his control. 2 walks. And Jameson's going to talk to the ump.
I'm not sure what he was questioning, other than LeClaire maybe didn't get out of the way, but I don't think LeClaire had a shot in heck to get out of the way on that one because he got hit in the batter's box. He didn't get hit in front of the plate.
Yeah.
Over the plate. But when I was a pitcher back in high school, and somebody turned the sacrifice, you were taught to throw right at him.
That's what he did.
And he did, and LeClaire missed the ball.
Yeah. Here's Langto, the shortstop. 2 runners on, strike 1.
Now now it's the other way. The good thing is, Michael, he's doing it both ways because now we see Plainfield up, and that ball seemed to be again about 6 inches off the plate and possibly even low. And
Sid,
strike 1.
I'm just going to come over here a little bit more so I can just, yeah. They're going to throw down to second, but no action.
Langto grounded out to third base his first time up.
Oh, and 1. And there's a curveball bounce to third, and Mitchell boots it. And everybody's going to be safe.
That was very unfortunate because Colin, I think he was all excited about going back to the bag because he was obviously going to go back and get the force at third base, and he started to turn towards the bag before he secured the ball. So that really puts the Wolverines in a pickle right now with the bases loaded. They're bringing the infield in. They obviously, again, think that, the game's going to be pretty close. So they're trying to cut off as many runs as possible here.
Ball's outside 1-0. Bases are loaded. The infield is in. That's a ball low.
Ezell grounded out the third his first time up, and also knocked in Leclerc from third base, so he has an RBI. Slow roll to Mitchell last time up.
There's a strike.
Griswold definitely has the guy they want on the mound in this situation, no doubt about it.
2-1 the count. Fouling out of play, evens
Nolan,
it up at
please
2-2.
don't go after that.
What's that?
I said, Nolan, please don't
Yeah,
go
Nolan,
after
don't
that.
go over there. Don't do it.
Almost cut himself in half on Saturday morning.
It was like a Final Destination
My
moment.
goodness.
And when that happened, I looked over to my left, and there was his father, Dan Webster, just still. He wasn't moving. He was just looking. And then as soon as Nolan got up, he was all right, too. So
Nolan popped up like when sometimes if you fall down, you trip over something and you fall and you don't want anyone else to see you and you just pop right up. He did that after he flipped completely, a complete somersault over the fence on the right field lawn. My goodness.
It's like he was doing parkour.
Parkour.
Yeah. Popped up, and that's going to be into center field. Yeah. And Hildebrand looking to tag, and here comes the throw to the plate, and the ball is bobbled by Webster, and number 2 comes across for Plainfield as Hildebrand scores. There is now 2 outs. Leclerc also tagged and went to third. Langto stayed at first.
So that's Tyler Ezell's second RBI in the day. He has accounted basically for both Plainfield runs, or at least plating both Plainfield runs.
So the jam still continues for Gilgenbach as there's only 1 down. Plainfield has a run in here in the top of the third. Still has runners on first and third, does Plainfield, and here's Aiden McMaster, the second baseman.
And again, once again, which has gotten Griswold in trouble all year, they've got that run in with no base hits. There are no hits. Base on balls, an error, hit by pitch. Those types of things really come back to hurt you, and that's exactly what's happening right here. He's showing bunt up there too, McMaster.
The cleanup hitter. Gilgenbach steps off. Going to make McMaster think about it for a second.
McMaster, not a very big kid. He's like 3'20", right?
3'20", yeah. That's still only 4.
You don't get the bat cleanup unless you can hit the ball.
He's batting cleanup. Here goes the runner. Merchant throws it down to kind of like midfield.
And I'll tell you what, Sean Garvin kind of saved the day on that one because that throw down there was not what it should have been.
So Langto gets a stolen base. Second and third, they're going to bring the infield in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And there's a bouncer. They're going to come home, and he's going to be safe. Leclerc scores. It's 3-0. So McMaster is going to reach on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, Mitchell had a little bit of hesitation. Again, it wasn't a hard hit ball. If it was a hard hit ball, it would have been so much a lot easier to try to get that runner at home. But it wasn't close. Plus, it was a high throw. But he hesitated just enough to let Leclerc score.
It looked like he had a hard time getting the ball out of the glove.
Yeah, there's that hesitation that.
It was a good strong throw, just too late.
And too high.
Here's Ben Smith. Ball 1. He struck out last inning. He led off the second. This is the 6th batter of the inning and only 1 out. Gilgenbach is really struggling today
And still no hits.
for the Wolverines.
This inning, still no hits
Oh, yeah.
for Plainfield. Good play by Webster to not throw to third, to run it back to the mound.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I used to come here and watch the ball games, and these kids look like major league players to me.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Mhm.
When you look up to, them. I remember in Little League, I used to look up to the senior Little League players and thinking, oh my God, these guys are amazing.
There goes the runner, and they're going to throw through.
Got
and
him.
They're going to get him.
Ooh.
They called him safe. The only thing that happened there is possibly Garvin missed the tag.
I don't know, but that looked like a bang out to me.
So McMaster ends up on second. So again, second and third, only 1 out. And I can remember back in the day, and he's just enough older than me that I'll tell you who it was in a second. There's a fly ball into left field.
It's Rubino up there.
Langto is going to go ahead and tag, and here's the throw, and they're
no
going to
play.
And now they're going to throw to Garvin, and the ball gets in out of the way or into right field to J.J. Bruno, who brings it in. And McMaster's going to end up on third. Here's Liam Smith, who walked.
So
his first time up and stranded at second. So anyway, the player I was talking about, like playing first base. You ready? Archie Drobiak.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Archie.
That's funny.
And Archie's not that. I mean, he's only a few years older than me, but still, I mean, when you're like first year Little League, Smith bounces it to second. Garvin bobbles it, and everybody's safe, and another run scores.
We are headed towards another error-prone game for Griswold. That's at least, that's 3 errors this inning.
5-0. Plainfield trying to open it up. Here's Carchidi, who struck out first time up. Strike one. Now, Plainfield's a good team. They've got a great record, and they're doing well, but
they've scored 4 runs without a hit now.
Yeah.
Mike. 3 errors this inning. And if you recall back last Saturday against Woodstock, I think it was the second game, they committed 8 errors in that game. 9 errors in that game.
Crazy.
When you combine the fact that you're having real trouble hitting and you're making errors on defense, it just adds up to be a real troublesome situation.
No balls and 2 strikes to Carchidi. Gilgenbach trying desperately to get out of the top of the third. Fouled off to the right-hand side.
You see A.J. Hamill going down the bullpen, possibly.
He's thrown a lot of pitches.
Yep.
He's certainly thrown a lot of pitches. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gilgenbach shaking off a couple of signs. Here's the pitch. Curveball, bouncer right back to Gilgenbach, but it gets by him. Garvin picks up the ball and tosses him out.
I think Evan actually hit that ball. I think it deflected off his glove and
slowed it down.
Slowed enough for Garvin to pick it up.
So score that 1-4-3.
So it's 5-0. Plainfield, and Gilgenbach has given up 1 hit.
Yeah.
The first batter, he gave up a hit to the first batter, and they have not had a hit since.
2 of the runs that inning were earned. I mean, 1 of them. So really, they've got 3 unearned runs. So Gilgenbach charged with, I believe, the way I'm looking at it, just 2 earned runs. But it doesn't matter because it's still 5-0. Doesn't matter how you get them. But they are having basically, if you notice, a lot of our throwing errors.
Yeah, they do have a lot of throwing errors. Although there was a error on Mitchell there back in the last inning that was not a throwing error and cost them a run right in the beginning of the inning. It's
well, we still got baseball. The heck with the pandemic. Let's play ball.
we need somebody to make Plainfield make a play.
Yeah.
Leclerc's got 6 strikeouts. I mean, Marinette's got six strikeouts in a row here. We got to make the defense do a little work.
Yeah. Do we know who Hamill's batting for?
AJ is batting for Cade Rubino.
Okay. So we got Evan Merchant, Sean Garvin, and JJ Bruno, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, to face Marinick, who's been nothing but a machine.
Evan comes in batting .238 today. He is 5 for 21 with 3 doubles.
He's fallen into a little skid himself.
A little bit. Yeah, he's still hitting the ball.
Yep.
But he's been hitting it right at him. Oh my God! Once again, that pitch from here looked like it was 6 inches outside.
Yeah. I think where he started his slump was remember that ball he hit on the button to left field and it was caught right at the. There's a
could be trouble. Could be trouble. Could be trouble. See?
And they got him by a half a step.
He had beat. Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We got it on camera.
Well, probably not up close.
He beat that out.
1 down.
He can't catch a break. And I thought he beat that play.
Here's Sean Garvin, the shortstop.
Well, at least we have someone to hit the ball.
He's the first player to make contact against Marinick. Like I said, who's been pretty much a machine.
I think first base coach still talking to the ump about that last call.
Fouled and out of play to the right-hand side. 1-1. Bruno on deck. Then we'll go back to the top of the order with Corey Smith. Swinging and a foul tip. So again, Marinick ahead in the count. That's a pretty deep sigh there, Merch. And there's a ball lifted to right field, but right at the Plainfield right fielder. So 2 down for Bruno. I guess the upside of this is that they're hitting the ball.
Getting the bat on the ball a little bit more in the first 2 innings.
Here's JJ Bruno, the right fielder.
Number 8, JJ Bruno.
2 down. Wolverines still hitless.
JJ's batting .222 this year. 2 hits
1.
and 9 at bats. Sorry, Michael.
It's okay. If the inning continues, then Corey Smith will come up. Pop foul straight back. Not a play. Over the veranda section. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a beautiful day, though. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Here's the pitch. Ball's outside. Took something off of it. 2-2 and 2 outs.
He's been ringing guys up on that one, though, up till now. I think he gave JJ a little bit of a break on that.
Swinging a miss, strike 3, as he just kind of waved at it. That's 7 strikeouts through 3. Marinick having a great performance so far through 3. So we're going to go to the top of the 4th, 5-0. Looks like we're going to get some changes as Coach Jameson is out talking. And AJ Hamill is going to get on the mound, replacing Gilgenbach. And let's see, where are we going here?
Maybe
Looks like Gilgenbach's going to go to left.
Yep. Evans in left. JJ still in center. Corey's still in. JJ's still in right. Corey's still in center.
Is D'Amico on third? D'Amico on third, yeah. Gav D'Amico has come into the game. So I think we got it. So D'Amico. Where's D'Amico going to bat?
I'm assuming for Mitchell.
That's true, yeah. Mitchell's coming out.
And AJ will stay where he is because he was batting for Cade to begin with.
Right.
Cade Rubino, who was in left, who has come off the field. And Evan Gilgenbach will stay where he is. He's just going from the mound to left field. So I'm thinking the only real substitute here is
Mitchell for
D'Amico for Mitchell.
Yeah.
And again, AJ wasn't playing defense, but he was the DH, so I assume he'll stay in the same spot that he's in.
Garvin's still at short.
Nucci.
No.
Garvin's at second. Right? Nope, wrong. Garvin's at short. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
And Tanucci has moved to second. Yeah, so the shortstop and the second baseman have swapped.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Maybe because Garvin has the stronger arm.
Don't know. Maybe to give him experience both places. I don't know. They're two freshmen, so he'll play where the coach tells him to.
All right, here's Marinick leading off here, top of the fourth. Hamill gets it over the left on the outside corner. Strike one. Thanks for joining us here on SNSN, everybody, for Griswold High School and Plainfield High School baseball from Griswold High School. Ball's low and outside, 1-1. Mike Minarski, Kevin the Merchant, Sid, the scoreboard kid, and the Lori Cam. Ball's way outside. Sid doesn't know where her loyalties stand today. She's in a quandary. It's a 25-cent word right there. Quandary. That's a strike on the outside corner. Nice spot there for AJ Hamill, who was ill for a little bit, did not make the game on Tuesday, but he is back today and on the mound. Popped foul over the third base dugout. Capacity crowd here at Wolverine Stadium.
It's such a beautiful day. Might as well try to fill the stands.
Mm-hmm. Marinick reached out and fouled it again off to the right, to the left side. Slow. Looked like a curve that didn't quite curve.
Yeah, it didn't break down like AJ was hoping. It ended up being high.
3-2. We're about 1 hour into this ball game. Fouled and out of play.
Tell you what, Marinick knows how to spoil him. I'll tell you that.
Let's let him protect the
He's
plate.
just got a good eye for the ball, and he's just kind of not his pitch, but close enough to call strikes. So he's just kind of spoiling him off to the left side or back.
Wolverine pitchers throwing a lot of pitches today, going deep in the counts. There's a fly ball into center field. One down.
Corey Smith's a pretty good outfielder out there. He had a beat on that right off the bat. No pun intended.
Ba-dum-bing. Here's Hildebrand, who walked and scored. And possibly the namesake of a former Red Sox third baseman. And that almost hit him. And it did hit him.
Must have hit his shirt because it didn't plunk him.
Yep. Hildebrand just looked at the up and said, okay, I'll go. I would too. Free base.
I'm not sure he was ready to do it until the umpire said, hey, that hit you.
Yeah. Back to the top of the... Go ahead, Merch. I thought you were going to...
No, I was going to say, you certainly didn't hear it up here or get a good visual of it. You just... They said it might have just skimmed his shirt, which is part of the uniform, which is part of the player, which is a hit by pitch.
That ball is low to LeClaire. He scored a couple of runs today. Got hit by a pitch himself, base hit, and a stolen base. And there's a bouncer. We're going to go to the only play really is to first. And Hayden LeClaire, first time he has been retired today. So 2 down. That brings up Langto.
Yeah, Hildebrand was running on the pitch, so there's no way Tanucci, who's now at second base, had a chance to go to 2 on that. So he made the smart play and just get the out.
Colin got on base after an error his last time up from Colin Mitchell and stole second and scored. And he bounced to third his first time up. There's a pitch from Hamill. And there's a
that's trouble.
Shot.
Nope.
Right there. Gilgenbach hauls it in left field. And that's going to do it for the Panthers here in the 4th inning. It's been the
good inning for A.J. Hamill out there.
Very good. That's probably about the smoothest inning we've seen him yet. And of course, Plainfield, they got some bats. They're a good team. What are they, 8-1?
Yep.
8-1, yeah.
Yeah, 8-1, yeah. And to date, have scored 103 runs.
So we're going to go to the top of the order for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the 4th. Corey Smith, Evan Gilgenbach, and Chris Tanucci to face Marinick, who has 7 Ks through 3 innings. So if you have a need for tires, I love talking about tires. One of our supporters we certainly appreciate quite a bit. Advanced Automotive over on Route 138 in Griswold. There you shall find the Tire Queen, Jess the Tire Queen. She will get you a great deal on tires. They'll put them on, they'll do everything, and when you roll on out of there, you'll be smooth. Check out tires, all kinds of tires for any kind of vehicle. Check out Advanced Automotive. They're local, just like you, just like me. Advanced Automotive, Route 138 in Griswold. Visit the Tire Queen today. They're still open. Check them out. Mike the Merch and Sid, all in the Griswold Pride broadcast booth. Kind of strolling into the bottom of the 4th. Corey Smith, Evan Gilgenbach, and Chris Tanucci.
Number 26, Corey Smith.
Well, the first 3 batters have they struck out their first time, so they've seen him once. They've seen Marinick once. So let's see if they can start something here.
The ball bounces away in the dirt. Back to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes.
Griswold really having trouble getting base runners on.
Ball's low.
That was low?
Yes. So they say.
Because I thought that was a perfect pitch. I think it fooled the ump. I really do. I really do.
These umps get bad raps. You really do.
Corey goes down to talk to Coach Jameson. Little chat. Make sure he's got the right sign. And the sign is probably get a base hit.
Signs everywhere. Signs.
Here's the sign. Get a base hit, Corey. We need a base hit.
They're in high school. How about the cosign?
We're getting a little off track. That was right down the middle.
What is the tangent of X?
I thought they would.
Sid says no math, man. So, and there's a bouncer, a one hopper, kind of squibbered. He's going to be safe. The ball's going to get away, and Corey Smith is going to huck it on down to second base.
I would say, is that an error or is that a base hit?
I would say that was a base hit because he's going to beat it out anyway. Because it was kind of cued, the ball, and it was spinning to the right, and that's what kind of threw off the second baseman. And he did field it well, but Corey Smith was
and then he had the
charging.
rushes. He had the rushes throw. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And I think Corey would have beat it out anyway.
So I say you give him a base hit.
I'll give Corey a base hit on that. As long as that's not the deciding hit for a no-hitter. So somebody else has to get a clean base hit now, just so it's. And we are not the official scorekeepers, so it would not go to us anyway.
But you know what? We're pretty much the only scorekeepers. So.
Did you see where a pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles pitched a no-hitter yesterday?
I did not.
Yesterday afternoon?
There, that ball gets by the catcher down to the backstop. Corey Smith is all of a sudden camping at third base.
Yeah, I think Baltimore was playing Seattle. He pitched a no-hitter, and if I'm not mistaken, the only base runner was a third called strikeout wild pitch. A third.
Oh, almost a perfect game.
A strikeout, yeah. A strikeout wild pitch where the batter swung and ended up getting on first base.
Who was it against?
Seattle Mariners.
Ooh, there's a shot. That's going to be over the center fielder's head and go all the way to the fence. Gilgenbach rounds first. He's going to stand in second easily. Here come the Wolverines. The bats may have started to come alive. Corey Smith scores with the first Griswold run.
Takes the pressure off us calling Corey's a hit.
Yeah. So there you go.
That was a rocket by Evan Gilgenbach.
Here's Tanucci. Struck out. He was one of the first 6. So nobody out. And they're getting to Marinick a little bit. Threw a couple of wild pitches, so maybe he's starting to tire just a little bit. He's a pretty hard-throwing kid. And there is a pop-up.
Evan could not have hit that ball any harder. I'll tell you that. That was a rocket out to center field.
Center fielder did not. I don't think he saw that coming because it was well over his head.
Tanucci's got to keep it going here.
There's a little nubber down the first base line.
Could be trouble. Could be trouble
to get him. First baseman gets him unassisted. But Gilgenbach makes it to third. Now we have A.J. Hamill coming up. The first time we're going to see. No, second time. What am I talking about? He was also one of the first 6. But he's pitching now, so he wasn't in the field before.
That was a good play by Ben Smith at first base, by the way, to tag the runner rather than turn around and try to throw back to the bag. Just take all the risk of a bad toss or a missed toss.
So a runner on third for Hamill, 1 down. The ball is low. And Marinick seems to be laboring just a little
A
bit.
little bit more. Yep. And the Griswold dugouts come to life down there. They're trying to, cheer on their.
There's a bouncer to the left to the second baseman. That's going to get another run home. Hamill knocks in a run, 5-2.
It's actually a good at bat for AJ to get the ball to the right-hand side. Make sure and get that run in. Griswold showing a little life here. Little life coming back.
2 down. Here's Webster, also struck out in the second inning. There's a foul off to the right.
Everyone who struck out in the first and second innings have hit the ball this time around. So that's a good sign.
I'm not sure where that missed, but 1-1. That's going to hit him. Yeah. I think this is the loudest that we've heard the Griswold dugout pretty much all season.
Well, certainly for the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, there was a game I forgot. I don't know if it was last Saturday or the Saturday before when they doing a lot of quacking down there, if you remember. The quack, quack, quack.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Webster. Griswold first baseman. And there's a bouncer, third base side. No play by Coach Jameson. Again, no play. Somebody better talk to him. I hear you know the guy. I hear you have an in with Coach Jameson. You may know his kid. Swing and a miss. Webster strikes out for the second time. However, the Wolverines come up with 2, fueled by a long double by Elvin Gilgenbach.
So,
yeah,
the Wolverines have now out-hit the Panthers 2 hits to 1, and the score is 5-2 Plainfield.
Don't you love high school baseball?
And the only hit for Plainfield was the leadoff batter, Hayden LeClaire, back in the top of the first.
Yeah.
First batter got a hit. They haven't had a hit since.
Yeah. Hey, so tell me, Merch, how can I score? How can I score a Jewett City Savings Bank hoodie?
Oh, I don't know.
Or a windbreaker. Or a shirt like that. I will certainly pay top dollar.
Wow.
We don't have a merchandise
sure, we can hook you up. We can use as much advertising out in the community as possible. So I think I can probably hook you up with one of those.
Yeah, well.
What kind of sizes you taking these days?
Well, let's see.
Michael.
There's small, there's medium, there's large, there's single X, double X, triple X, and then there's Mike.
Okay.
And then there's Bubba.
You're talking custom order here, special order, right? So it's probably not one we have in our inventory. But
oh yeah, I've it's taken me 5 years.
You are going to wear it though. You're not going to put it in the closet and say, "Hey,
no.
I got a free Jewett City Savings Bank jacket."
Matter of fact, if any of our sponsors, want to throw merch our way, I mean not the merch, but but swag.
I was going to say, what are you throwing me? Where are you throwing me now?
We'll definitely wear it and use it during our broadcasts.
Michael, I think we should put our banner under
getting another one
again.
made.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be.
It changes from year to year. Everything changes from year to year. SN, we are COVID free. I like that. Sid, where are you going to be next year? You're not even going to be here next year. All right.
A guest speaker.
Yes, speaker.
Motivational speaker. We'll have her here.
At once, I did a couple of innings of broadcasting for the Plainfield Griswold game. Here's Ezel. Ooh, inside. It was very dramatic. You see that? He ducked away. Oh. It's almost like he was doing a hair flip. We get a little loopy around the fifth. And there's a gapper in the left center field. That's going to go to the fence. Ezel rounds first. And he's going to stand up at second. Absolutely uncontested.
That was another good shot. Ezel has 2 RBIs already, now a double. No doubt about that one being a base hit, Mike.
That's true.
And that's only their second hit of the game.
Yes. Here's Aiden McMaster, the second baseman. Got on a fielder's choice. Scored, and he struck out in the first. Foul. Right over into the Panthers dugout. Got a perfect nickname for this kid. McMonster.
McMonster.
Yeah, like, "Urgh." No? No? Think he wouldn't like that? Oh, he's batting cleanup. And there is a high fly into left field. Gilgenbach seems to have a beat on it. Makes the catch. No tag from the runner. So 1 down for Ben Smith, who flied out to left and struck out in the second. But he didn't do both in the same inning. Against Woodstock, that could have happened.
Or Killingly. We had several batters bat twice in an inning on Tuesday.
Hamlin's got a very, very his motion is very deceiving, especially on his off-speed pitch. His changeup fools me all the time. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. There's a base hit into left field. And they're going to go ahead and
wave. Could be a play here.
Gilgenbach throws it in, and it gets away from Merchant, and the run will score. And Ben Smith is going to go all the way to third, and the ball's going to go into almost left field. But thank goodness a Wolverine was right there to cut it off. Otherwise, it would have gone into left field down to the fence. 6-0 Wolverines. I'm sorry, 6-2. So Smith ends up with a base hit and a 2-base error. Swinging seemed like a foul tip. Here's another Smith, Liam Smith. Walked, stranded at second. Got on an error. Ball's that's one of those. Thank God for the 6-2 catcher.
Yeah, that one was sailing.
Still only 1 out. Infield is in. Ball is outside. 3-1.
Tell you what, Ben Smith is really taking a hefty lead down there when the pitch is thrown. And
well, he's not being held on.
Coach Jameson just I think told D'Amico to.
He went around on that 3-2.
Try to keep Smith a little closer at third base.
Big hole in left center. And there's a base hit right at Bruno. Bruno was playing him perfectly. That's going to get the 7th run in for the Panthers. 7-2. Give Liam Smith a base hit and an RBI.
And
This
that's been 3 hits this inning for Plainfield, and up to this inning, they've only had 1. So
Merchant going out to talk to Hamill for a minute. A little conference. Still only 1 out.
Griswold will be playing Turtelot on Saturday morning at Turtelot, and we are foregoing that broadcast, correct, Mike?
That is
But
true.
they'll be playing 2 early games, 9:30, and the second one's scheduled for 11. Don't know if they get off at 11, but they'll be playing at Turtelot, and the Panthers will be away also, and they'll be at Wheeler on Saturday morning.
And the ball is bunted a little hard. Hamill backhands it, throws it on over to Webster, and gets the sure out. Nice sacrifice by Carchidi.
Good play off the line by AJ too.
Yeah, good throw.
A good throw. He and we've seen sometimes pitchers, as much as they can hit spots to the plate, they cannot throw at first base to save their lives. But AJ picked up that ball and knew what he was doing. He didn't even look at to second, which was a good idea. And nice hard throw to first to get the batter.
Here's Kian Marinick.
Again, Chaveras playing traditional baseball here. You get a runner at first to sacrifice him. Only less than 2 outs, obviously. Jason's been with the Plainfield program for 10 years now and has had some really good teams, and he's been doing a great job coaching. You say he comes into this game 8-1, but Jason's done a great job with the Panthers over the last 10 years.
And the runner's going to go to third, no throw, as the ball gets away from Merchant. So Liam Smith is now on third.
So if we can stop the bleeding right here.
So the Panthers get back the 2 runs that they gave up.
Yeah.
In the bottom of the 4th. Is bouncer foul? One and two. And there's a ground ball to second base. Garvin boots it and throws it away. And a run scores, and Marinick is going to end up on second. Almost, he was looking like maybe even thinking about third for a second. 8-2. As the tough year continues for the Wolverines.
Yeah. Errors. That was Tanucci, I think, not Garvin, too. They swapped. Remember?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Nothing but a plain old ground ball. And he booted it and then threw it away.
So another unearned run. Hey, Merch. Look what I forgot to give you.
Yeah, thanks. Perfect timing.
There's no numbers on this roster, though. So.
My boss just gave me the Plainfield roster for the afternoon. Yikes.
Strike one to Hildebrand.
Top of the 5th inning.
I'm not your boss. The cameraman is.
I get the roster. Well, that's true. But I like her as a boss. Ooh.
That was a slow sweeping curve that just missed.
I'm losing respect for every day when you give me the roster in 5th inning.
Next week, you're getting it in the 6th.
Yeah. Next week, you might not have anybody to give it to.
Oh, ouch.
Oh,
Here
oh,
comes.
oh,
Oh.
This much further. God, I was ready for that.
Just a bit outside.
It was right at me, too. Just a little bit beyond the booth.
If you were 520.
If I was 520, I might have caught that. It would have fallen out into the stands, but I would have caught it.
Then he'd be out on comp.
All right.
I hear they got good insurance at the bank. He'd be out on comp.
Could be.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 8-2 is the score. There's a bouncer to Garvin. Throws it to first. They get him. Oogie. So 4.5 innings have been played, and 8-2 is your score. Plainfield leads. Now, Merchant, I mean, I say that the tough year for the Wolverines, is continuing, but the teams you're playing are pretty solid.
Oh yeah. The last 3 teams they played. They played Woodstock last weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll wait till AD Cravino has his announcements.
ECC policy that all spectators wear masks. If you have a mask, please wear it. If you don't, I'd be more than happy to provide one for you. Any questions? I'll be around. You can ask any question you want. Thank you.
And it's funny because they're gonna yell at us because they see microphones on us.
I have my mask on.
Hello, Jan Voland.
How are you?
How are you?
Oh, just loving life so much.
Hello, Mr. Cavino. We have the ADs in here
Just loving life.
for both Griswold and Plainfield. Great friends. Huh?
The mask police.
The mask police.
Yeah, you were talking, Mike, about their opponents. They've had 3 very worthy opponents. Woodstock Academy, who they played a 7-inning each game doubleheader on Saturday, who has been performing well. Then they have to turn around and go into that juggernaut Killingly, who is 11-0.
Yep.
So they've been playing extremely well. And then Plainfield comes in at 8-1, and their only loss was against Killingly, and they only got and Plainfield here was only beat by Killingly 3-1. So they have been playing some very good teams the last three outings.
So here's the first at bat for Gavin D'Amico, who came in for Colin Mitchell back last inning, or the end of the. Ooh, whoa. That one almost got away from Marinick. 1-1. D'Amico went into third, play third. Colin Mitchell came out of the game.
Been a lot of we talked about the errors on the Griswold side. And you got to remember, third base, second base, shortstop, all extremely critical positions on the field, and all right now for Griswold being played by freshmen. Give them a year or two, and some of the things that they're doing now, the hurried throws and just a bobble that shouldn't be there.
Just that basic maturity.
They'll just all go away. Yeah. It's just experience.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and much like the fate of every first time up against Marinick, you go down swinging. That's 9 strikeouts for Marinick. Here's Evan Merchant, the first Wolverine to get the bat on the ball today. Bounced to shortstop. Ooh, look at that little clog dancing to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, I haven't had a tough call against them last time up with a ground ball shortstop in the hole between short and third, and looked like he was safe, and he didn't get the call. Well, same.
The bounce to short, and the ball's bobbled, and here comes the throw, and he's going to beat it out. So Merchant pretty much hit it at the same place, at the same velocity the first time.
I think hit this one a little harder, but and that's why Langto didn't come up with the ball. But a runner is a runner.
Here's Sean Garvin, who's now playing second base.
I say Evan's been slumping a little bit, but he's hitting the ball hard, just hitting it right at him. So Sean flew out to right field his first time up,
and he's one of the young pitchers too. That's gonna mature, as the years go on.
Oh yeah, Sean's actually been pitching pretty well, I think. Let's see if we can get a couple more of these runs back here. Need some base runners.
8-2 the score, bottom of the fifth. And he got Merchant picked off, and he's gonna get it. They're gonna get tagged right at second base. He was leaning the other way, and it looked like he was possibly thinking of going, but I think Marinick also knew that. And he's not happy with himself. You can tell. He's kind of mad as he's walking back into the dugout.
Yeah, that wasn't he got fooled for sure. I think he might have been going, and with a lefty on the mound looking right at you. It's not like he's a righty and has to look over his shoulder. He's looking right at you. He just caught him off guard. Boy, that was a nice pitch right there.
Yeah. It's hard, especially against a lefty. Lefties have more pickoffs than right-handed pitchers. Three balls, one strike to Garvin. Here's the pitch. It's ball four.
That shows you how unfortunate that pickoff was now. Instead of runners at first and second with one out, you have runner on first with two outs.
Here's J.J. Bruno. Not odd. He also fell victim to the K. That was in the third inning. He's just one of 9. That was close to a balk. That was very close to a balk.
That walk to Garvin was Marinick's first walk of the afternoon, so you can see what kind of control he's had. Oh, boy. Tell you what, Sean Garvin almost fell into the Evan Merchant syndrome over there because he came really close to getting picked off himself.
Right, but you see Marinick, he's looking to home and he's motioning to home. See if he does it again. No, that was clean. Watch his foot if he goes again.
Yeah, as soon as that foot comes towards the plate,
the first one he pivoted,
he's got to commit.
And that's not his fault. See, I'm not calling it. But the very first pick-off attempt, he pivoted his foot
to Garvin.
Yeah,
on Garvin. Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
What's he doing? Go, Sean. Oh boy.
Got him at third. That's going to do it.
And the catcher, here's the situation. The catcher is claiming that the ball was tipped to begin with, but the umpire did not call it a tip ball. And then Garvin tried to stretch from first to third, and he got thrown out. So both sides
we're confused.
We're all confused on that, and the umpire basically, obviously, did not think it was tipped.
I think Garvin got a little greedy there.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's why they have coaches at third base. So I'm assuming Jameson told him to come. But boy, that was a really rough inning.
So we're going to go to the top of the sixth. 8-2. And Merchant is not behind the plate. I don't see him down there either. Oh, there he is.
Oh, here he comes. I think see him limping a little bit there, Michael. I don't know if you can. Might have been that slide in the second base.
So of course the song we're hearing right now, of course, the songs are picked by Sid the Scoreboard Kid. Obviously played for one of her crushes out on the field, I'm assuming. Who do you think her crush is on the field there, Merch?
I resigned myself.
I didn't hire you. You can quit anything you want. I don't know. I don't think we could guess, Merch.
I might.
You want to guess? Okay.
I'm not going to do it on the air.
What?
I'll give you the story behind it.
All right, give me the scoop.
So,
Give me the scoop on the song there, Sid.
all right. So the scoop on this song is my best friend is headed to the plate right now, and we a couple weeks back were joking about him having a walk-up song, and I said, well, I will figure out how to get a walk-up song in for you. And Taylor Swift is, one of our favorites. So how could I not play Taylor Swift? Straight called on Leclerc.
So Sid, go ahead and call your team here for the top of the sixth.
All right.
Who's up?
This is Hayden Leclerc up to plate, number 5. He's a senior. Scored twice today. Ball's outside.
Sid knows.
I pay attention. Ball 2. Outside, ball 3.
Even with the 3 runs last inning, AJ's filling the gap here today that we haven't had for a while, maybe.
And ball's outside, ball 4, and Leclerc walks to first. All right, we got Colin Linktoe headed to the plate.
Collins 0 for 3, grounded out to third, got on an error, and flew out to left field his last time up back in the 4th. Base hit down the third base line.
And Leclerc on second, headed to third. And rounds to home.
So I'm going to call it a single and an error in left field. One more error for the Wolverines to score Leclerc from first base.
Score is now 9-2, Plainfield.
Leclerc scores on the error.
Got Sid the Scoreboard Kid here, taking over for Mike with the merch in the top of the 6th inning.
Ooh, nice stop by Merchant. Low and outside in the dirt. Looked like Ozzie Smith on that behind the plate.
This is probably the best day we've had for baseball this year.
Except for the score.
Well, except for this, I meant the weather. Pop fly. Caught and Langto makes it to third. Got one out. And we got Aiden McMaster headed to the plate.
McMaster is also 0 for 3 coming up to the 4th time here. Struck out looking back in the first.
Foul back.
Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd, and then flew out to left in the 5th. Another shot down the third base line. Another base hit. Plainfield going for 2, and he's going to make it. Oh, no, he's not. Nice throw by Gilgan back. Get McMaster at second base.
Mike's calling me out here as a Plainfield student. I am a Plainfield student. Feel very, very controversial today.
It's a high fly ball. Corey Smith's under it, and he grabs it for the 3rd out. But the Panthers score another 2 runs to make the score 10-2. Here going into the bottom of the 6th inning.
So how do you like working with Sid the Scoreboard Kid merch?
Great. Love it. You can put your name in the classifieds now.
Oh.
Looking for a look. Start looking at the classifieds anyway. Kid Merrick still on the mound for the Panthers, going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Got a pretty hefty lead here at 10-2.
He's only a freshman too.
Oh, really?
He's young, yeah.
Cool. It's a bright future there right on the mound right now.
A lot of AAU baseball.
Yeah. Does he play any other sports or just baseball? Do you know?
He's a big baseball kid.
Big baseball kid. Yeah, well, nowadays, kids can play one sport all year round, and that's what a lot of them do to really become as good as they can in any one sport. So.
All right, here we go.
So Plainfield actually has 10 runs on 5 hits this afternoon. So that kind of shows you what walks, hit by pitch, and a number of errors can do.
But it seems like that's been the same thing all season long.
Yeah, that's been pretty routine.
Yeah.
Again, especially the last few opponents, it has been. Against the better teams, they struggle much more. On both sides of the ledger, struggle more on the hitting side and the defensive side.
J.J. Bruno lifts one into right field. A little bit of a run for LeClaire, but he hauls it in the bottom of the 6th for the first out. Brings up Corey Smith.
Number 26, Corey Smith.
10-2 is the score, a healthy 8-run lead for the Panthers.
Corey's got one of the 2 Griswold hits today.
And he bunts it. And the throw is going to be low, but scooped.
That was a great play by Merrick. He actually threw off one foot, kind of out of balance, but still got Smith out of first.
So 2 down quickly as Marinick, who hit a speed bump in the 4th inning, giving up a couple of runs, but has settled right down. Griswold kind of gave it back to him last inning with some mental mistakes. And now we got 2 quick outs here in the 6th, and here's Gilgenbach with a long double in the 4th. Ended up scoring.
Griswold had both of their hits last inning when they scored 2 runs.
It's in the dirt, 1-1.
And that's where they cut the lead. They cut the lead 5-2, but then Plainfield came back and scored 3 in the top of the 6th, and another, 3 in the 5th, and 2 more in the top of the 6th.
It's a strike, 2-2. It seems like if they put some hits together or some walks or some people getting on base, there's some sort of a mental mistake that kind of takes them out of the ball game. There's a bouncer right back to Marinick. Turns and throws over to Smith, and that's going to do it for the Wolverines.
Marinick's making it look easy out there, isn't he?
Yes, he sure is. He's got 9 strikeouts in the game so far through 6 innings. Hamill's going to come out once again. I want to say hello to one of our sponsors that support us that we're very thankful for, of course, other than the Jewett City Savings Bank and the Burns Agency, Griswold Pride, CIRAC, now in Norwich, another drug prevention organization, but of course Griswold Dental on Center Avenue here in Jewett City. Dr. K and his family, his team will make you smile. 860-376-2624. Don't forget, of course, Jess over at Advanced Automotive. Merch, how long have you been in banking?
Wow.
How many years?
About 45.
Wow.
45. I'll be at Jewett City Savings Bank for 40 years this July.
Nice.
And I started sweeping the parking lot when I was about 7. So that counted towards my employment. So
yeah. When are you going to be 48?
In September.
September.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, 40 years. I don't think I've done anything for 40 years but complain. So.
I could probably vouch for that.
At least for the last 5.5. All right, top of the 7th, 10-2. Coach is going out to talk to the ump. Looks like we may have some substitutions, maybe not, but that is not Ben Smith. That is number 16. Craig Dunbar? I don't know. There's no numbers on the Plainfield. Craig Dunbar? So Craig Dunbar is going to bat for Ben Smith. The first baseman. And it looks like we got Arriaga, who's going to bat next, who's going to bat for Liam Smith.
What
you got?
I have Ben Smith making the last out last inning, Mike. No? Sure he's not batting for Liam now?
Okay.
Is that right or not right?
No, you know what? You very well could be right. I'm looking at what I got here, so I think I missed the batter. I did because I only have 2 outs. I only have 2 outs scored for last inning.
How did the last out occur last inning? Do you remember?
I don't even know.
We were only right here at the ball game, and can't determine how the out was made.
Dunbar goes down on strikes. Here in the top of the 7th. Here's Jalen Arriaga,
who has been playing left field all day and
just hasn't been hitting.
Has been DH4.
He's a senior. and one heck of a basketball player. He's really made a name. He's really made a name for himself in the Plainfield
Marinick
ranks.
on deck. Yeah, actually, I think Arriaga is batting for Bryce Carchidi, who is DHing for JJ playing the field. So now JJ gets a chance to bat. So he's batting in place of Carchidi.
What did I say, Smith? Probably. I don't know. If I'm a little more off than normal today, Merch, I will tell you why after the game. I was going to tell you before the game.
You weren't subpoenaed or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
Swing and a miss. Arriaga swung right through that 2-2. No subpoenas, no court cases, none of that. Ball 3 inside. I'm not married, so I got no divorce papers coming my way. I've seen those a few times. Twice.
But not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today, subpoenas. Not today. Boom. Foul back.
I want to get one in the booth here before the season ends, Mike.
I'll never forget. I will never forget the one that came right out and you just put your hand out and saved my head.
It was so funny. We were just sitting there and the ball came back and I put my hand up, hit the palm of my hand. It stuck like glue. And Mike was under the counter here of the booth.
Arriaga swings through it and strike 3. Here's Marinick. Star of the game. Who will it be?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kept the Wolverines on their heels most of the game, other than that one 2-run inning where Evan Gilgenbach finally got a hold of a pitch and sent it to deep center field for 2 bases and RBI.
And if he gets on, there's another pinch hitter, number 4. Maybe Sid, the scoreboard kid, could tell us who that is. Cody LaFave on deck. He's a junior.
Let's hope the Wolverines turn something around on Saturday morning against the Turtle Tigers. Yeah, I think they're a little bit, maybe more at their level at this point. So, and I'll tell you, Plainfield Saturday may not be any walk in the park either. Plainfield beat Turtle twice, but the first game they beat them only 9-8. So Turtle obviously can score some runs as well.
Grounded to second, a little bit of a bobble, but recovered nicely to get it over to Webster for the final out. That's going to do it for the top of the 7th. So here we go to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Wolverines. They got a big deficit that they've got to break away, chip away. Ten to 2. Marinick back out to the mound, looking for a complete game victory. Panthers looking to go 9-1, and the Wolverines now will be under 500.
They're already under 500, Mike.
4-5. That's true. Yeah,
they'd be 4-6, and be looking to get back to evening that record up on Saturday.
Tanucci, Hamill, and Webster. 3, 4, and 5, the meat of the order for the Wolverines coming up. Let's see if they can get something going. And if they can continue after Webster, then they got Gavin D'Amico. But you can't do a whole lot when you've pitched like Marinick has today.
Yeah, he's pitched a great game. A couple of times we actually thought that he was wearing down a little.
In the 4th, he looked like he was,
he gets a couple of base hits and a couple of run score, and he's got the composure and the poise. He comes right back in the 5th inning, goes 1, 2, 3. 6th inning goes 1, 2, 3.
And Gilgenbach was just not on his game today.
not as much as we've seen him. You know,
He was a little wild
well, he wasn't
for him.
Yeah, for him.
For him.
He wasn't wild. He just wasn't hitting his spots the way that we've seen him hit his spots, because he has been in such command and control up, for the whole year that, I think we just have very high expectations of him. And he just wasn't quite himself today. But again, we have a good opponent here. This is a good team, the Panther team, Plainfield team.
Well, they're not
no
playing ham and
slouches.
eggers. You know what I mean? They're not.
No. So
They're not playing slumps here. I mean, they're playing good teams.
Yep. Last three opponents have been very good teams, and certainly Plainfield and Killingly, who is on a roll. Two of the top teams in the whole ECC, especially in the smaller division, or Division 2, I guess it's called.
3-0, and there's a shot down the left field line. It's going to be foul, but is it going to be? Did Arriaga dived for it, but didn't make the play?
Wow. That was a great attempt, though, wasn't it?
Talk about hustle.
What a great attempt at that.
Well, I see him on the basketball courts. He's very, very fast. He's got this head fake and then go to the bucket, and he's very fast.
I almost thought he was going to run that down. I was trying to look at where the ball was and where he was and try to peripherally see if he was going to reach that. And he almost did.
So Tanucci had the green light on 3-0. 3-2, foul tip into the mid. Now it's a full count. Oh, really? Shot down to third base.
Yeah, it wasn't even third base. That was in a little bit more. Would have been the dugout.
Yeah, Jameson, again, not trying to get that foul ball. That ball is cued and could be trouble, and it is, and he's going to be safe at first. He beat it out with a base hit as Marinick tried to kind of shuffle it off. With his glove.
I think Marinick initially thought that the second baseman was going to get it, and he kind of gave up on it. And at the last second, he figured it was only going to be him and didn't have time to pick it up with the glove or his hand and pass it over. So he tried one of the glove shuffles, and Tanucci beat it out. That was a cue ball, wasn't it? That was,
yes, it was
spinning all over the place. Talk about English. That had it.
Quick toss down to first, and just back is Tanucci. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wolverine hurler.
AJ's 0 for 2 on the day, second base, but he does have an RBI with that ground out to second back in the 4th inning.
And he looks at strike 1, 1-1. Ten to 2 the score. Panthers over the Wolverines, and they're going to get him. Got him.
Tell you what, the kid's got to move.
Yeah.
Ask Evan Merchant.
And I don't even think Tanucci was looking. He just was a dead duck.
They're not used to seeing a left-handed pitcher on the mound that is looking right at them.
And now Hamill's down to 1-2. So instead of having a runner on first with nobody out, you're down 1-2 in the count with 1 out and nobody on.
Same thing happened last time.
Yeah. So we're going to miss strike 3. So just like that, there's 2 outs.
Yep.
And here's Nolan Webster, who's had a rough day against Marinick. As is everybody.
Pretty much everybody else has a rough day against Marinick, too. He's just pitching really, really well.
That's his 10th strikeout.
10th strikeout, and he's only walked 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of pitching that'll get you to win games. Yep. Keep the runners off the base, off the base paths, and stay around the plate the whole time. He's pitched a phenomenal game here this afternoon.
2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 1. But he's been quite poised out there. Oh. He's been automatic. He's been pitching at his own pace.
He reminds me of Evan Gilgenbach a little bit. He's got that. Ooh, boy.
Look at that. Oh, almost the play of the game right there. Oh, and he just took out his rotator cuff.
Did he dislocate his shoulder?
And the ump's going to give him a rub down. The game's gotten weird all of a sudden. 2-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Marinick. In the dirt, full count. If this continues, Gavin D'Amico is on deck, and then Evan Merchant. 3-2, 2 outs. The pitch from Marinick. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Webster goes down 3 times today via the K. So another tough day for the Wolverines.
Yeah. Tough day on offense for sure. They're still not hitting, not getting runners on the base paths. They are. Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
They can't line up anymore and high fives.
I've not seen that before.
So they come out and they wave.
Yeah. So back to the Wolverines and what's going on here. They only had 2 hits today and gave up a lot of runs. And I counted 5 errors, and that could be very generous. I'm not taking a couple of errors into account on a couple of other throws. But 5 errors and only 2 hits on offense. And again, the Panthers only had 5 hits all day, 5 hits and 10 runs. So that tells you what base on balls, hit by pitch, throwing errors, fielding miscues can do for you. It just puts you in such a hole. When you can score 10 runs on 5 hits, the defense, needs to get better. But it is what it is. They played 3 very formidable opponents the last 3 games. Woodstock on Saturday, and then Killingly, the team that's probably one of the best teams around, on Tuesday, and then Plainfield, which is one of the next best teams around tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see where Killingly goes as far as not just the playoff experience that they have in the ECC, but what they're going to do, in state play. So, I mean, there is going to be some sort of
Killingly plays Woodstock this Saturday for a doubleheader, and I'm sure there'll be 7-inning games.
Yeah.
So that'll
be
show you a little bit, because Killingly has not played anyone from any of the upper divisions.
Have they played like an NFA yet?
No, they have not played NFA. They haven't played a Fitch. And it's funny because Fitch is on the Griswold schedule, but they're not on the Killingly schedule. So the Killingly schedule, after Woodstock, they go back to Putnam, Turtelot, Wyndham, who I don't think has won a game, Lyman, who is on and off, New London. I don't know what kind of team New London has. And then they come back and play Plainfield for their last game of the season. So Killingly has had,
easy schedule.
They're 11-0, but they've had a schedule that
has
is
favored
not
them?
the toughest schedule, right?
So Griswold has played a lot of tough teams.
Well, they certainly have the last 3 outings. They've played some good teams, and again, they're still getting their feet wet out there. They're wet behind the ears, I should say, because they have 4 freshmen starting, 3 of them in the infield, a couple sophomores. Right now, they have no seniors starting because Ryan Ganley's out.
Yeah.
And they have a couple of juniors, Nolan Webster, and then today AJ Hamill as a junior was the DH, so he started, and he ended up pitching the last 3 or 4 innings there. But they're still a bunch that has a lot to learn. They've got a lot of experience to gain. Let's just hope they don't lose so much confidence in these last 3, with these last 3 opponents that they give up, because we don't want that. And it's hard to do. It's hard to turn that around, and hard for a coach to motivate kids when they've been beaten pretty soundly by 3 teams in a row. But the teams are good teams. So let's hope that Saturday against Turtelot, that they can come out and get some hitting shoes on and get a little confidence back in their get a little pep in their step and get a little confidence back and
Not
get
only
some
that, but if
hits.
they win both of them, they're back to 500
Yeah, they'd
at
be
6
back
and 6.
500, right.
And that alone, right there,
Yep.
does something to your psyche.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden. But getting back to the teams that they do play Wheeler. That's one. A school that is their size. Wyndham, which is, I mean, if you look at the amount of kids and stuff in each school, it's pretty much their size. As far as enrollment is concerned. Why are they not playing like a Norwich Tech? Why are they not playing Parish Hill? Parish Hill, they play them in basketball. And Woodstock is actually further away than Parish Hill is.
Yeah, not sure. Parish Hill is not in the ECC though, so that's one thing. And I'm looking at the schedule. Another team they play, which is a large school, Ledyard. They play Ledyard next week, next Monday. It's scheduled for Monday, although the weather forecast as of today, which they can't really predict tomorrow most of the time. But Monday looks right now like a rainy day all day long. But they play Ledyard. That's another big school. And again, look at Killingly, and nothing against Killingly team, but the only team they play that may be in the upper division is New London.
Yeah.
So they've drawn a pretty tough schedule here this year in Griswold. So we'll see. Just like I said, I hope that their confidence, they can still have some confidence coming up to the weekend and turn things around a little bit and get a little bit more, proud of who they are and what they're trying to do on the baseball field.
Yeah, that's it. All right, final score here at Griswold High School. Plainfield comes in and takes one from the hometown Wolverines. Hometown boys fall 10-2. Wolverines only able to get a couple of runs in the fourth inning, and that's pretty much it. The player of the day has to be Kian Marinik. 10 strikeouts, walked only one. He had that one bumpy fourth inning, but after that, you couldn't touch him.
Kid pitched the gem. He was in control the whole game. He had certainly had all the poise in the world out there, and just pitched a great game.
That's it. All right, for Sid the scoreboard kid, Lori on the merch cam, the Lori cam. Kevin the merchant. I'm Mike Monarski. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you on the radio tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everyone. Final score, 10-2 Plainfield.